And here we go again. Good day, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You watch my channel, Model Renaissance Man, which you guys know I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you follow me up here. Follow me down on these platforms. Click the thumbs up button because it helps my channel. If and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification. That way you'll be notified whenever I do post a video. Lastly, don't forget to check out my other channel called Man, Husband, Father. And everything I ask you to do on this channel, do over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get right on it too because I definitely want you guys to see this. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but we do have some sad breaking news where 2 students lost their lives and 9 other people were shot in this Brown University shooting. And it was a mass shooting, basically. And we know that whenever you hear that word come out or whatever, there's going to be something or someone associated with it that's most likely going to fit a certain description. But not always, because we are learning that not only white people do mass shootings. It just seems like, let's keep it real, most of the time, white people will be the ones being put across the news for committing mass shootings. But I'm going to save that for another time because I know some of y'all already getting pissed off already. There you go. There you go, man. Anyway, without further ado, folks, here's the latest of what I have.
Good morning. We begin with a Fox News alert. A person of interest is now in custody after a shooter opened fire at Brown University, killing 2 students and injuring 9 others.
Brian Yunus is live in Providence, Rhode Island with the very latest. Brian, what can you tell us?
Good morning, guys. Well, police tell me that this person of interest was captured at a hotel in Coventry, Rhode Island at 3:45 this morning. This is about 17 miles south of Providence and Brown University, a less than a half-hour drive from where we are now. The police had a press conference this morning confirming that this person you see on this screen, this person of interest. They have captured this suspected gunman. They did not give us any more information as to what may have led to this arrest. We know that this is the only video that has been made public. It shows the suspected gunman or person of interest walking out of the engineering and physics building right after the shooting at 4 p.m. yesterday. Here are what officials told us this morning just about an hour ago. Listen.
To all the hardworking men and women in law enforcement who worked through the night to be able to get us to this point where we can confirm that there is a person of interest who has been detained. This is exactly the kind of collaboration that we train for. There remain 7 individuals in stable condition, 1 in critical but stable condition, and 1 has been discharged. Those are the 9 individuals injured yesterday.
Authorities have also lifted the lockdown order, shelter-in-place order at Brown University and in the surrounding community in Providence. On your screen now is a security perimeter that was established moments after that shooting yesterday afternoon, just after 4 p.m. It gives you a real sense of just how large this crime scene was, but also the fact that over the last 12 to 15 hours, police were methodically having to evacuate students and staff inside academic and admissions buildings throughout that campus, one by one, leading them out of there, but also checking for evidence and checking for to find this suspected shooter who, as I reported just moments ago, ended up being found at a hotel about 17 miles south of Brown University. But you can just imagine, guys, as we talked about all this morning, just the sheer terror of students and staff waiting, locked in place for hours on end as a manhunt is happening, and also not knowing the status of the students who were shot inside of that classroom. We do know that this shooting again happened just after 4 p.m. in a classroom in the engineering building during finals. The doors of that building were unlocked because it was finals. Finals were canceled for tomorrow. And obviously our thoughts and prayers are with the family members of the victims. There are 7 students that are in stable condition at the hospital. 1 student remains in critical condition, and another student, luckily, has been discharged. But we'll keep you updated as we learn more about this investigation, guys.
And just to be clear, we do feel confident that both of the victims were students. We spoke earlier to another student who did not identify his friend, but said that she was a student and she was one of the two who unfortunately passed away, but we feel confident that the other one was a student as well, correct?
Yes, it's from my understanding and from the press conferences that all of the victims wounded and killed were students.
You know, it's interesting, Brian, as we all listened to that press conference, there was more about what we didn't know than what we were able to learn. And some of the key questions that remain appear to be, was this person of interest related a student, or did he have a relationship to the campus or not? They didn't want to talk about that, or how they were able, what led them specifically, other than perhaps tips, to bring him into custody. What else remains really unanswered at the center of this for you?
Yeah, I mean, so many questions. One, in the hours right after this happened, they described this individual as someone perhaps in their 30s. It'd be interesting to see why they believe that this individual was in their 30s, even though they said that this person had a camouflage mask and that this was the only video that they released, which you couldn't see anything other than a person dressed in black walking away. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of tip they had early on that had them saying that this was a person in their 30s. They did not even confirm anything about the suspect that they put into custody this morning. So it'll be interesting to see, is it a student? How old are they? Also, we don't know what led them to this person in custody. Was there video or tips that were sent in by people on campus? Was it Ring camera footage? Was there somebody that may have found something and called into police? I mean, the reality is that this is a 7-story physics and engineering building that was unlocked, but this individual went to a specific classroom that was essentially in a study session for an exam on economics, and chose that classroom. And we know from a witness inside that this gunman yelled something. We don't know what this individual yelled, and then began shooting. We also know that this person reportedly used a handgun. So a lot of questions also as to whether or not they recovered that handgun, or what kind of ballistics evidence may have led them perhaps to this individual as well. So we have more questions than answers, other than the fact that we know the lockdown has been lifted, and at least, according to the mayor, this community can breathe a sigh of relief. But hopefully we hope to find out more in the coming hours.
Yeah, no doubt, Brian, there's a lot of unanswered questions. And yet for all of us who are parents, all we think about is what these kids are going through. And by the way, we're sitting here going, why wasn't there, what do we know about the camera and the surveillance? And then there's another part of me that my heart just sinks, because then I'm like, why do we have to live in this surveillance, culture? I want to go back to those days when we could all just go to college and there were no cameras trying to track down if a shooter is coming into the building or not, for that matter. Wish we'd go back to when we could meet people at gates, our loved ones at gates, without having to go through all that security. But we're living in a very different world. And we really got a sense of that this morning when we spoke to a young student from Brown University. His name was Ben Marcus. He talked about what he was going through and what his friends were going through. Watch.
I actually lost a very good friend of mine, was one of the 2 victims. I don't think her name is public yet, but she was really, really special person, and just really, really amazing into creating dialogue and interfaith activities, and we'll really miss her. There were finals supposed to be scheduled today. There were finals yesterday. There are finals all week, and students are just terrified. There's no one in custody yet. People are worried. Can they leave their apartments? Should they go home? I know a lot of friends whose parents drove up from all over the East Coast to come pick them up last night and this morning. We really don't know what to do.
Wow, so many unanswered questions for these parents. Do I go and pick my child up? Are there going to be finals? Are they canceled? What's happening? Where's my child? Many of them weren't able to, I presume, speak to their children for the 15 hours that they were in lockdown. Just so many unanswered questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am interrupting this video right now because we are back around to that time again, and I know it has flown. This is the time where I do my thing every single year, my annual Christmas for Kids, where you who are the watchers right now can donate and be able to help children who are less fortunate this year have a good Christmas. We had a huge turnout last year, and I'm looking forward to having a huge turnout this year. And the way that you can donate is by going to PayPal right up there, or you can donate through Cash App. And these proceeds are going strictly all to children who are less fortunate this Christmas. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. And guys, it's right around the corner. To all of you that are going to be giving, thank you and God bless you. Looking forward to this. Yep, very tragic. So, of course, when more details unfold, we'll be able to find out who, what, when, where, how, and how come all of this unfolded. Very sad, very just terrible. But when are we going to get to a point where, seriously, oh my God, I know y'all not going to like this. I don't care. The people are going to have to learn how to fight back. What do you mean by that, Ty? I'd rather have one and not need it than to need it and not have one. So although this happened there, what if there was other civilians around that were carriers? What if there was someone around that actually had, like, they felt the duty and saw it unfold and did something about it? You know what I mean? But thank God they did have the cameras that you know, now they have this person of interest in custody. But man, there's just so much stuff like this is going on that you wish that people would just be, you would think that so much of this that has gone on that we'll just not be scared. And I'm not saying that, but be in the mindset of being alert that anything can happen, anything can go down. And that doesn't mean you got to be frightened, scared, paranoid. No, it just means that you are just basically ready, right? Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this by putting it in the comment section below after this video. If you have any of the latest updates on this, let me know, and I will make sure I get that up for you guys to see as well. And do what you see in these elements right here to greatly help the channel. And I am unfortunately going to report another shooting that happened over in Australia, but there was a hero in this video. Y'all have to see this one right up there. Things I did as of yesterday you may have missed right here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, just click the icon. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.